Howdy everybody, Badger here. Welcome back to West of Loathing and my stupid walking. Alright, let's see what mischief we can get into today. We got Fort Calenus, the Railroad Company, the Big Apple, Fort Alldead, and the Humming Cave. I like the sound of the Humming Cave. Let's go see that. Off the trail shoulder you see some ancient petroglyphs carved into a wall. Translate them. Required 15 mythicality. That is a lot of mythicality. What is my current mythicality? My current is 10. I need 5 more. Oh, these vaults are weirdly organized. Weird purple grass. That snake isn't gonna let you pass without a struggle. Let's fight the snake then. An electrified snake, huh? We cast my shield. Let's get a bean golem out of here. Whoosh! Let's go ahead with the lava bomber. Go ahead, Gary. Reproduce. Wow, he can hit me directly. Go straight at it. Boom. Alright, Gary. Hit it. Boom. And he really hits me good. Bam. Whip. Finish him, Gary. We put an end to the chalking tail of the chalking snake. My bead shield went up to level 2. I got a snake spleen. This spleen is the seed of the fiery humors, or at least that's what you've been told. You don't have much of a sense of humors. Alright, set an enemy on fire. Electric snake can. Electric snake live a life. Put it on your hat to add 7 spell damage. You wrap the snake skin on your hat, and when you touch the end together, a big spark that fuses the loop load. Cool. You might be able to push this over if I had 10 muscle. My muscle currently has 7. That ain't working. Yep, bean shield level 2. Wow, what is that thing? What in the world? The monolith is dark. Looks like there was a huge cave in at some point. Weird device. Let's take it. You got a strange stone arrow. This is a triangular object made out of a strange stone-like material shot through a channel of smooth black glass. That looks dangerous. Alright. That was weird. Maybe when I get stronger, I'll come back and do something about that. Actually, that's literally yeah. You eat the steak. It is extremely spicy in the way that riot spray is extremely spicy, but for some reason you don't mind so much and chow down regardless. You feel a sparkle pain in your stomach. Cool. Oh, well, damn. That was just to avoid the fight with the snake. Alright. Let's go to Fort Cowardness. I have a couple of things I need to do there anyway. You see a streak of fire blast across the sky and land over the horizon. You ride to the side of the impact and find a meteor. Pick up the loot pieces. You got area around the impact crater 624 meters. That is very good. Just like the old saying goes, when life gives you cannons, make cannonade. That's Fort Cowardness. You climb up into the watchtower and take a look around. Nice view from up here. The cabinet is mostly empty, but there are a handful of boring personnel records in the back of the one drawer. Let's examine them. They are incredibly boring. No, really, I want detail. Fine, you read one. Charles Stern, clerk. Pay grade C4. Born 12/9/37, deceased. Missed days 8, occurred 6 days 88. Wow. Oh, another. Becky Smith, secretary, pay grade C3E. Missed days 89, 6 days. Major Izara Wolf II, 6th grade, Beanslinger Division. Pay grade 06. Blood type B+, killed in action. Hubbard, 9th Cannoneer Division. Wounded in action. Patricia Smith, secretary. Good conduct, got a medal for it. The Pyrotechnic Division. Now you're just looking at the same ones you've read before. What's wrong with you? Alright, there's nothing there. If we want the receptionist death, but now most appropriate thing for it to receive would be a free trip to the dump. In general, this is a door. More specifically, it's the door to the general's office. Even more specifically, it's the locked door to the general's office. And I do not have a copy. Look like there's still some good mess left. Military grade whiskey, hardtack. Cupboarded bear, and also not really a cupboard. Bleh. It's a bike rack. Open it. Little green unlabeled jar. Hopefully this is the stuff the chef was looking for. A check of saltpeter. Stuff would be unclean. You hear the sounds of several goblins snoring inside the tent. Not bothering, letting them sleep. Okay. The cot is soaked with blood. Based on the papers and anatomical diagrams scattered across the surface, you're guessing the death belonged to the Fort Cowardness nurse. Let's look at the papers. The papers are mostly just boring medical records, dental daguerreotypes, lamentations that antibiotics haven't been discovered yet, that kind of thing. Hey, wait, what's this? This looks like it might be important. Marching orders. This is a set of army marching orders from before all the armies marched orders for march back east. Just as fast as your lily-livered little yellow-bellied feet can go, you damn cowards. Let's look at the diagram. This is a bunch of disgusting drawings of sliced open bodies. Alright. This shelf still has a lot of unlooted medical supplies. And the unlooted army-filled trauma kits and military-grade whiskey. The safe is labeled controlled substances. This must be where they store the really effective stuff. Crack the safe. Requires safe cracking one. The sign had the goblin word for toilet on it. The sign said toilet and goblin, which makes it seem pretty likely that goblins use the tent as a toilet. No way are you gonna go in there. Yikes, this mishap definitely got somebody fired. It's an unusually sized cannonball. I take it. Dammy Calvarin cannonball. Why not? I take everything out. Alright, the third thing of Fort Coward then. Let's head back to Dirtwater. You spot the smoldering ruins of a ranch on the horizon. Ominous. You discover a new location, the Stern's Ranch. Let's go there now. Oh, finally. A needle. Another needle. More needles. I need them. Safe of course, but the content of the body is still safe. I need safe cracking for that. Pile of loose boards. There's still some food on the shelf. Rabbit. Plum pudding, clove drop, cat's eye candy. There's a weird cow-shaped thing on the wall. Mary Stern, died February 18th, 1894. Gwendolyn Stern, devoted mother, 1894. Bottle smoking. Smoking chrysanthemum. Looks like Jeffro bones were dug up by some varmint or another. A charred locket. Jeffro Stern, devoted mother, died 1895. So they all died together. Between the smoke and the noise, you're guessing that the content of this outhouse are more dangerous than average outhouse content. Let's fight it. A pyro. Alright. Let's cast the level 2 shield. And let's get the bean golem out here. Go ahead and attack. Boom. Take him out, Gary. Nothing like a low overkill. Ooh, I got them outfoxing. Outhouse is not safe. It's houses. Outhouses. By the soft light of the fading embers, you see a glint of light from below. You hold your nose with one hand as you fish out your prize with the other. You got toilet pistol. Wow. Alright, toilet pistol. This pistol pretty comprehensively toileted up. Deal stench damage instead of physical. Apply 5 poison to the enemy. I think I'm good. There's a crate. Let's open it. I found a lock and ranch punch. Hit the lockbox. True to its name, it's locked. Pick the lock. Requires lock picking. There's still some beans in the pot. Let's grab them. Got some blackened beans. All the books on the shelf are burned, but you know something strange about the back of the shelf. That's Moxie. Your deft fingers find a hidden catch, and the back panel of the shelf slides away to reveal a secret compartment. There's a book inside, Mary Stern Diary. Little gold diary, browned a little around the edges, but otherwise untouched by the fire. Let's read it. The first page says, in a little girl's handwriting, this is the diary of Mary Stern. The AI and diary are crossed out, and the IA written above them. The diary starts out as the typical kid stuff. You flip ahead until you notice the writing getting shakier. Found the dolly under a cactus out back, and she told me her name was Grace. Mama and Papa don't believe me that she talks. They say I got a big imagination. Grace said the cows are gonna get us, but Papa says we'll be okay because there weren't never a cow ranch. Grace says he's wrong, but Papa won't believe me. Grace said she can keep the cows away, but I have to play tea party with her. Keep reading. I don't like the kind of tea party, but Grace says it's important to keep the cows away. Mama was sad that they couldn't find Effie. Papa said she'd been gone so long that they should put a cross up. But Mama won't let him, 'cause she thinks she'll come back. Papa said she's only 11, how far could she have gone? And Mama started crying again. Don't want to play tea party anymore, but Grace says I have to. Papa was out 2 days looking for Joey, but of course he didn't find him. Mama cried so much. I tried to tell her him and Effie are helping keeping the cows away, but she don't understand. I told Grace I'm not playing tea party again, but she says I gotta, and if I don't, cows will eat all 3 of us. She said either I get Mama or Papa to play, or else I gotta play by myself. And that's the last entry. The toy box contains a single object, a creepy burnt porcelain doll. Let's talk to it. It's the work of a moment to fix the doll voice box. You pull the string, the doll's eyes roll back in its head, and its mouth begins to move. Hi, I'm Grace. What's your name? I'm Badger. Hi, Badger. You're Knight. Do you want to play with me? Yes, let's play. Hooray! Mary used to play with me, but we didn't get to finish our tea party before she went away. Will you help me finish it? Surely. Hooray! The game is almost over. Mary did such a good job. The doll's eyes rolled back forward. Go downstairs and get my cup. Do you know the magic word to make the mean cow let you into his secret room? No, what is it? The magic word is peanut butter. The doll goes silent. Got it. Peanut butter. You should have let you realize that talking dolls haven't been invented yet. Alright. Peanut butter. Atop the cylinder-looking altar sits a copper goblet filled with what appears to be blood. Now take the goblet. A chill runs down your spine as you touch the goblet. This is a goblet of blood from a cursed altar in a spooky secret basement room. You're probably safe and fine and good. Alright. My tea! We can finish our tea party now. Sure, why not? You carefully pour the blood from the goblet into the Grace's mouth. Grace leaps out of the toy box, laughing maniacally, and climbs the ranch house's ruined chimney. She turns towards you. See you soon. She leaps to the ground behind the house and scampers off to the northwest. That's probably fine. Anything else in the toy box? Nope. That's all well and good. I have a lockpick now. Does that mean I can get into Fort Cowden? So an arrow you follow leads to find a weird house. Well, let's go ahead and check out the house. The beeping machine leads you to a ramshackle house in the middle of the desert. This device doesn't seem to be operational, unless it functions to do nothing. The dresser contains 10 instances of exact same shirt and 20 identical socks. Doesn't look like the guy sleeps very much. These books are all about concepts too advanced for you to even recognize. A map anointed with circles and lines. Books are so boring it's a wonder the shelf isn't full of holes. There appears to be an extremely powerful magnifying mirror, basically an inside-out microscope. The microscopic mice that live in your eyelashes seem to be getting along just fine. The professor's toilet isn't in very good repair. Let's watch it. My boxes went up. Alright, let's talk to the professor now that I've taken away his home. Excuse me, my name's Badger Duty. What? Oh, I didn't notice you come in. I'm not used to visitors, but folks generally call me the professor. If there's something I can do for you, well, I found a bleeping gizmo and sort of followed the bleeping, and it led me here. Well, I'll be. It certainly led you to the right place, young man. This is El Vibrato technology, and I happen to be as much an expert as anyone alive today. El what now? El Vibrato. They were an ancient race that lived here long before humans. Well, they mostly lived underground, so they might still be living, as far as I know. Never seen a peep of an actual person, though, just a machine they left behind. Were they space aliens? Could be aliens, or genius pre-humans, or an entirely different terrestrial evolutionary line. At this stage of investigation, it's impossible to say. Isn't it exciting? Here, let me have a closer look at your bleeping gizmo. Aha! As I suspected of one of their transponders, it detects other El Vibrato technology and homes in. You see, that'll be why it led you here. I've got a thing I've been trying to repair. He tinkered around with the transponder for a bit and then plugged a strange stone marble into a socket on it. There you go. Good as new. Just swipe up or down to turn it on or off. You got El Vibrato transponder. The professor said that this device calls out to the El Vibrato technology. Bucci actions at a distance. You don't trust it. Swipe. Now I gotta warn you, this device will lead you to abandon El Vibrato technology, but it might also attract unwanted attention. From what? From the El Vibrato technology. You'll see what I mean, just be careful. Okay. You know, now that I think about it, you've arrived at a perfect time. In order to get anywhere further with my research, I need more samples of El Vibrato tech. But searching for it eats up all the time I could be using to research it. I get you. Right, you're the adventuresome type, so bring me back whatever device you find, and if I can get them up and running, that'll benefit both of us. Alright, deal. Great, first priority will be to get me my Keystone Fabricator running. Then lock their doors and things with these little stone alloy blocks, see? So if we can make our own, they'll open a lot of doors for us, literally and figuratively. Alright, what do we need? The components aren't rare, at least as far as priceless ancient technology goes. Bring me all about 5 handfuls of scrap. I should be able to salvage the last parts of what I need from that much. Roger that. Five pieces of scrap. Alright. Well, let's head to Fort Cabinet. You find a crate lying by the side of the trail. Its lid knocked loose. It had fell off the back of a cart LTD. Stenciled on the side, which seems a bit on the nose. But hey, free stuff is free stuff. You fish through the crate and help yourself to the meager but free contents. Length of rope. If you need to tie something to something else, you don't think string or twine or cord or jute is up to the task, you'll need some of this. Dressed rancher candy. Increases your melee damage by 7 for the rest of the day. Like all things from ranchers, the candy was a lot better before the cows came home. Yeah, you kind of lockpick the, How was I able to lockpick the rest of them using a needle before? Now I need lockpicking. Oh well, gotta keep my eyes out for lockpicking if I can find it. In the meantime, let's head back to Dirtwater. Europa takes a weird turn somewhere and you find yourself completely surrounded by old dead trees. Where are you? A gray mist closes in on you as Europa marches confidently forward through the gnarly and ancient forest. You shudder. Europa stops. Through the fog ahead, you see a shape. You dismount to investigate, and it reveals itself to be the shape of a pedestal, topped with the shape of a book. Take the book. A chill runs down your spine as you touch the book. You got an item, Introductory Nex-Mex. This black-covered book, written in black ink on black paper, is a primer in the arts of southwestern necromancy, otherwise known as Nex-Mex. Gives you the grin and skull skill. Interesting. It seems like it's probably pretty dangerous. Are you sure you want to read it? Yes. Okay, it's your funeral. Whatever, Grandma. You cannot see the words on the page, but you can nevertheless read them. Your mind becomes stained with grim secrets. You gotta kill Grinning Skull. As your turn over the last page, the book vanishes in a puff of black smoke. Skulls are scary and ghosts are scary. So you know what would be devil scary? Yes, you do. Cool, I know a necromancer ability. There's the poker room. There's the kitchen. Have you got the saltpeter yet? Yep, got it right here. That's the stuff, thanks. Okay, the next thing I need is a certain kind of hot pepper. It's called a murder pepper. because it's spicy? Because it literally has a knife and kill people who ask dumb questions. They grow in the area outside of town. You should be able to find one if you just wander around a while. Alright. Hey, I got myself a lockpick. Does it matter? Oh, now I can pick the lock. You pick the lock, you open the hatch and check out the machinery inside. There's obviously something wrong, given all the plinking, pronging, and clicking sound coming out of the gears and stuff. It looks pretty complicated. Ah, I see what's wrong. You recalibrate some springs and rearrange some gears, and the machinery inside starts operating smoothly. The music improves immediately. Howdy, Badger. Anything I can get for you? Hey, Lord. I picked piano player for you. I thought, though, he sounds much better. To think the heat, Badger. I'd offer you a free room in exchange, but you've already got one. No worries, Lord. Need help with anything? Nope, everything's right at range here. If you're looking for work, you might ask at the jail. Okay, bye now. Alright, let's get myself a murder pepper. Catch a whiff of something that makes your eyes water. You trace it to a source, a vividly colored red shape hanging from a scraggly little plant. This must be the southeast western murder pepper that fella at the jewel was looking for. Grab it. Your finger and thumb immediately start throbbing as you pluck the pepper. You toss it into your rucksack before it can do any more harm. Southwestern murder pepper. This incredibly spicy pepper grows only in a narrow region of the West. Did you find me a murder pepper? Yep, here it is. A nice big one. That'll last a while. Good going. Okay, so if you're still looking for stuff to do, I need someone to go check my mail. I ordered a new saute knife, but I haven't got time to go fetch it myself. Here's the key to my P.O. box. Alright. I don't mind being an errand boy, I guess. You find P.O. box 441, the one that belonged to the chef at the jewel. To open the box. You open the box and in turn a chunk mail falls out to reveal a knife just sitting loose in the box. You pick it up. Saute. Back to the chef. Hi, I'm Badger Duty. Any mail for you? Nope. Darn. Thanks anyway. Pull it over. Have you got my knife? Yep, here you go. Excellent. This will work a lot better than the hammer I would use. Okay, I only need one more favor from you, but it's the most important. I used to have this recipe for a very secret jerk sauce, but my jerk friend Dave J stole it from me, and then he died and took the secret to his grave. Literally, I mean, he was buried with it. You want me to dig up his grave? He's dead. He won't mind. Where's he buried? In the Dave yard. Naturally. You discovered a new map location, the Dave Yard. Well, okay. The Dave Yard. Alright, let's go to the Dave Yard then. You spot an old mine on the horizon. Abandoned mines are safe and fun to explore. In a little bit. Here lies Dave B, 1834 to 1884. Died with his boots on, but not in pants. You dig up the grave just to check the veracity of the epitaph. Sure enough, boots, but no pants. Found some brown boots. Aside from a light dusting from what looks like blue chalk, these boots are remarkably well preserved for having spent so much time in the grave. These remains look pretty restless. Put them down for good. And put up my shield. Let's make my collar. Spooky damage. took them down with some spookies. You made the restless remains more restful. You gained a handful of loose teeth. Perhaps you could sell them to a dental student. Here lied Dave C., 1828 to 1884. Went down in a theater. Here lied Dave J., 1826 to 1884. Rubba-bow-bow. Let's dig up the grave. You dig up the grave and pry open the coffin. Instead of a corpse, it contained a garbage bag. Strange. Reach inside. You reach into the garbage bag and are surprised to find that it's full of pudding. No, it's not just pudding. It's pudding and motor oil. Who'd do this? You finally manage to reach all the way to the bottom of the bag and retrieve a sodden lump from the bottom. You unglove the wab and dry it off. Then you wash your arm in a nearby ditch. It better be worth it. You got an item. Dave's secret sauce recipe. Just combine these ingredients in a small pot. Stir and abracadabra. Rup-a-bow. Alright. Let's put them down. Shield. Golem. Spooky. Gold tooth and a skeleton bone. Here lied Dave L., 1790 to 1851. Died of a heart attack. See you in 36 years. Looks like the gravedigger left his lunchbox here. Oh boy, free lunch. You got Vienna blood sausages and thermos of spiked coffee. And they said there are no such things. Here lied Dave G., 1847 to 1884. He was looking to the sky to save him, but even the sky can't save a fellow from like 40 angry bears. These bones are jumping around to beat the dickens. Beat the dickens out of them. Process. Shield. Golem. Spook. You check the bones for dickens. Nope, you beat them all out. Skull chips. Here lied Dave D., 1848 to 1884. The truth was out there. It killed him. Here lied Dave G., 1860 to 1884. Murdered by a different fella named Dave G. Man, a lot of these guys died in 1884. There's a pile of bones that isn't moving around for a change. Let's dig through it. It's mostly just boring, broken bones, but you do find a skull with a weird tag on it. Skull with an odd tag on it. What's in here? This is one of those things they have in a mausoleum, you know, one of those marble drawers full of skeletons. Well, let's open one. No, I think that gets weaker every time I use it. So I'm going to skip it this battle. And I'll defeat you the old-fashioned way. Hooray! What's in here? Interesting. Some kind of ritual circle drawn on the ground in red chalk. This is a pile of mostly burnt rags that may be used to be a person. You dig through the rags and find a few things that look like they're worth keeping. Gore-splattered scroll, human ashes, there's some kind of receipt here. Rope receipt. This scroll is almost too covered in blood and viscous to read. Lucky for you that you've gotten all the practice reading inside of a dog. This is a human in the final stage of that whole ashes to ashes thing. Well, part of one at least. A human gets harder to keep track of when it's in powder form. This is a receipt for the delivery of 150 black silk robes. Sounds pretty ominous. Alright. A big stone sarcophagus. Let's have a bigger fight. There we go. Armor. Golem. Beam. Reproduce, Gary. Get him, Gary. Cowley level 7, handful of loose teeth, and some gold teeth. 3 up and 3 down is a thing that would be say about this if baseball analog for a thing now. Oh, I can just keep on doing this? Interesting. You want a magic off? There you go. Get him, Gary. So this is just an easy way to level up. I'll do this one more time and then move on. There you go, Gary. Beat a poppin'. Get him, Gary. That actually really does help. Alright. Let's head out of here. I'm gonna go ahead and head back to Dirtwater. A few hundred yards up the trail, you see a solitary skeleton trudging towards the northwest. Doesn't seem to have noticed you or anything else, really. Hello, skeleton. How are you today? Don't mind me, let me just get up for this battle. Get him, Gary. There we go. Got that recipe yet? The one my jerk friend Dave J took to a grave? Yep, I got it. Hey, saved a million, buddy. Now my slop will be world famous. Here, let me give you a little something for all your trouble. It fell in the slop, but it's still good. You got sloppy chef's hat. All in the day's work. This is the hat of a chef who was apparently not good enough chef to not cook his hat. What about a snake skin? Now I got a dirty chef's hat. Alright, let's check out Snake Pit Mine. You hear a groaning noise and a short distance away and investigate. The cowpoke is sitting against a rock with its leg bent in a way that seems incorrect. What happened? Dang horse threw a rod and I fell off. Think I busted one of my dancing arms. give him a ride back to Dirtwater. You help the guy into the back of your horse and give him a lift back to town. Thank kindly, stranger. I'd say I owe you one, but it seems doubtful we'll ever meet again. No problem. Alright, let's try making it to the mine again. You happen across an abandoned crate which apparently fell off a wagon or something since the lid had been knocked loose. You know what that means. Mine, all mine. You fish through the crate and help yourself to the contents, which appear to be mining gear, so you were even more right than you knew. Can of kerosene. Surprisingly, how many obstacles can be overcome simply by covering them with gasoline and setting them on fire. Weaken foes and make them flammable. Dynamite. Same with the fat coffee. Alright. An exposed meat vein. Looks like a mining equipment, you have no idea what any of it does. Ask Gary to explain it. Hey Gary, do you know how any of this stuff works? Oh, no. Gary doesn't know that. Well, okay then. You have no idea. Hey Gary, what? I just wanted to tell you about the mining stuff. Okay. So the first between here, this is an automatic pyrite measurer. Okay, so you make it. This is a pure deposit. Roll it. Now to finish it. You got a perk, Mind Explainer? You sure do think you know a lot about mines. You're a real expert. You'll gain experience when you interact with mining stuff. I will. Pile of loose board. Another snake. You can see a snake caught up in the hole. A coal snake. Boom. Boom. Get him, Gary. My gum shouldn't have gone out. Alright, coal snake again. Put the cold snake skin on your hat, making it slightly blacker than it was before. At least it's in the right area, right above the brim. Got an unrefined meat nugget, some experience. Yeah, my mind's planning bar. I probably should have looked at all of these before I applied the hat. Oh well. Get him, Gary. You really smoked that snake. I mean, you didn't smoke it like you'd smoke a cheroot. You just smoked it figuratively. Okay, so it's still regular coal snake again. Alright. Ooh, mining supplies. Smelling salt. I didn't pull a snake egg. Now let's pull them out. Well, I just wanted to pull them out. I didn't want to fight them. But hey. Did you do what you gotta do? B2 to pop it. Go ahead, Gary. Finish him. Finish him. There we go. Get him, Gary. Melee him. Mine's worth the patchy nose snake. Hellbender level 3. Not enough skin on any of them to be worth collecting. I got a pickaxe. You picked away at those mine deposits and find meat nuggets. Just sell it, right? There we go. Let's see. Not ready to go to the railroad yet. Let's see what's at the Big Apple. You tramp on to give more bleeds, and you follow the bleed to one of the weird L vibrator machines tromping around the desert. Fortunately, it either hasn't noticed you or doesn't care. Let's attack it. Boom. Get him, Gary. You had one null vibrato crap. You knocked that thing's block off. Presumably it was an important block because it stopped moving after that. As you reach the center of the clearing, you are simultaneously struck with a profound awe and a terrible stench as you discover the largest round apple you've ever seen. You can't even imagine how the thing got here. Was it a giant horse? Was it 200 normal sized horses acting collaboratively? They should have sent a poet. Yeah, they should have. Doesn't smell any better up close. Ooh, clean it. Keep digging. Nothing like a good old level up. Let's go to Fort All Dead. You smell it before you see it. A skeleton drudging towards you, covered with mud and muck and smelling like garbage juice. Must have crawled out of some horrible bog nearby, and if the skeleton smells it bad, the bog must be unimaginable. So it makes sense that even a skeleton would want to get away from there. Hello, boggy skeleton. A Smellington. Look at spooky. Gary, be the poppin'. Holy moly. That's a whiff. Just hit him with some beam magic. Whiff. Gary. Hit him with some more beam magic. Got him. You won. Now to watch every part of you that even came near that thing. Fort All Dead. There's no flag. You climb up the watchtower and take a look around. Not view from up here. Climb down. He doesn't seem to notice you. Sorry. Beg your pardon. Sorry about that. Strategy. It's a giant map of the region. The table has little models of the region on it. These toilets are all very clean. Huzzah! Huzzah! With the toilet. Huzzah! There's a little metal pin on the floor here. Check it out. Rifleman insignia pin. The pin has the insignia of Fort Aldad 443rd Rifle Division on it. It goes on your lapel. That adds a little bit of extra. Weirdly deformed bones. Well, I had no idea that I had these. Crates are just decorative. There. Foot lock is at the foot of the bed, but it's not locked. Found some needles. Hard tack incendiary bullet. On full canteen. Shelf full of skeleton army food. You pick up a can at random and read the label. Roasted skunk kidneys. Ugh. Dried fish eyes. Brandied bat wings. Mushy dirt. Jelly spiders in water. Desiccated bat guano. Cured mildew. Pickled crickets and soda. Desiccated grubs. Crushed rotten eggs. Oiled brains in water. Candied vulture feathers. Desiccated slugs. Salted bat wings, crushed tongue, desiccated fisheye, pressed ants, pickled bat wings and lard, candied brain, dried bat guano, parade brain and lard, desiccated bat wings, lye treated sand, pressed sand, pickled mold and mustard, pickled hair and mustard, parade oyster shells and mustard, dried blood, pressed mildew, mushy fish eyes and oil, brandy termite tar. Ugh. So basically it's just a bunch of horrifying stuff. Alright, I got you. Try can't smell terrible, dig for it. No way, now I found some stench resistance. An old patrol cap. Pistol attack damage. I'm good. Somebody left their knapsack on. You dig for the knapsack? Wait, what's this? A note? Yes, it's a note. Cryptic note about ley lines. This is a note from the necromancer to one of his cults. Fucking interesting. There's also an evil-looking letter-bound tome. Grab it. Fundamentals of Nex-Mex. The last thing is a little diary which you decide to leave in there in case the owner comes back looking for it. It seems to have been written by one of the necromancer's cultists. He and several others were reanimating the dead soldiers here on the theory that the best undead army would be a literal undead army. The hitch in the plan came when they raided the officers who decided they weren't going to take order from a bunch of weirdo civilians. The last entry suggested the author and his cohorts were planning on abandoning their stations and reporting back to the necromancer, but the entry ends abruptly in the middle of a sentence. Fascinating. Fundamental of Nex-Mex. Paying some basic rituals and incantation of Nex-Mex. I'd like to get a single skeleton up and moving around at least. Cool. Seems like it's probably pretty dangerous. Yes, I want to read it. Are you certain the dark arts are no laughing matter that could really mess you up? Read it, I say. The words crawl off the page and into your eyes like worms. The worms burrow into your bones and they whisper stuff to you about cool things you can do with other people's bones. You got a perk, rank skeletal body. As you turn over the last page, the book vanishes in a puff of black smoke. You don't feel so good. Ugh. Your hair instantly loses all of its color. White hair. It's time you started gathering clues about the whole Parabellum dead situation that's going on around the park. You grab a notebook and paperclip the note into it. You got an item, necromancer journal. Let's check on that. This is the collection of the clues that you have acquired in your search for the necromancer's home base. You open the necromancer journal and examine the information collected so far. You found out a note about ley lines, but you don't really know what they are. You'll need to find somebody to help you. Somebody smart or somebody who knows a lot about magic. Looks like there's everything you got so far. Alrighty then. Your hair has gone prematurely white due to you meddling in the affairs of the netherworld. -3 Moxie. There's no name on this stone. No name, no name. There's a patch of pepperoni mold growing. This is a Mac grave that's absolutely teaming with them skeleton riflemen. They don't seem to be interested in getting out, but you could definitely jump in there if you're itching for a fight. There's one wandering in the end of the pit near you. Hop in. That. Boom. Get him, Gary. Ooh, he hit hard. But so do I. Military grade whiskey. You can enter core skeleton bones and then use them to summon skeleton to protect you in combat. You carve some withering glyphs onto the bone with your pen knife and hit black words into them. The bone shiver, eager to bleed. Skeleton bone. You bound an unfortunate spirit in the bone at your urging. It will bring forth into an entire skeleton and get between you and those who would justifiably do you harm. Okay. Interesting. Oh, there's 2 of them now. Gary, will you be doing the popping? Alright. They're a lot more powerful than I was planning on. Gary, if you would. No, Gary! That's one down. They got a whip off you. Got me. Dead to right. Take that. Now to finish this. Chemical bullet. Yeah, I'm good now. I'm going to go ahead and end this one here. Thank you everybody for watching, and I can't wait to see all of you in the next video. Bye-bye now.